Okay guys, in today's video I'm going to go over how to hook up a BK radio M150 to IP-223, a pair of them, back to the console in order to be able to change the channel on it. I did a previous video on the interfacing of the M150 to the IP-224, and it had a built-in feature that allowed the remote serial control of the radio's, some of the radio's functions. And we just missed out on that with IP-223. It did not have that option as one of the radios that it could serially interface with. So I had a situation of a lot of IP-223s and no IP-224s. So I wanted to see if there was any way I could come up with a workaround to be able to do the same thing. And what I did was I hooked up a 224 to the radio and then recorded the RS-232 command sequences that it sent for it to change the channel. And I recorded those with Hyperterminal and saved them to a file. And then all you have to do is replay the text file RS-232-wise back into the radio, and it does it. So I cracked that code and found out how they did it. I'll give you an example here. The last thing I have to do is kind of figure out when I launch these things, it creates a little pop-up window when it processes. And then it goes away. I'm trying to figure out a way to not make it pop up, but I'll give you an example. I'm going to select channel 1 here, and it starts a Windows PowerShell, and it basically just sends the command over through the Telex VoIP connection and over to the radio. So I'll change the channel back to channel 3 here, and it works really well. It's not quite as fast. I mean, it takes like maybe 2 seconds, but it's just fine. And I have enunciation on the channels, so you know exactly what channel you change to. So you get confirmation on that. This is the first time I've ever used serial over IP with the Telex devices. I did another video where I was using the USR devices, but this is the first time I've used the Telex, and it worked the first time. It worked really well. So anyway, this is the project to be able to change the channel remotely on the BK radio. And I should say that the main reason that you have to do this is because unlike other radios, they don't put channel steering lines on the back, so you can't logically hook up to the IP-223's channel steering lines like you could for a Kenwood or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to start going through the details of how I recorded it and how I edited the file, and then I'll show you how I create the bat file to start the PowerShell execution automatically and all that good stuff. So stand by for that. Okay, back at the screen here, I just wanted to give you a closer, clearer view of the CSoft when I launched the icon here. I'll show you. It brings up that Windows PowerShell, and this is the one that I'm trying to get to launch minimize, but it's difficult. But you do get a little word there that says it successfully sent the packet through. So I wanted to start off by looking at the original files that come in, so that you can see what those look like. Let me bring this up. All right. So when I recorded the original, let me drag this down some here too. When I recorded the original file that came out of the IP-224, going to the M150 and I recorded it, this is what it recorded. So when you look at something like this, it doesn't make a lot of sense. All you can recognize is just a few numbers here, and then just a lot of empty space and symbols. And what this is showing you is that there's a lot of stuff here that's not visible ASCII symbols. So they're essentially hidden, but they are there. And if you were able to get a program like a Notepad++ here that you're going to need to have, you can actually take that file and show the hidden parts of it. So I'll show you that. So this is how it normally looks to most editors like Word, Notepad, and stuff. And when you get a good one here like this, you can take it and turn the hidden on and off. So this is what it looks like without all the hidden symbols, and this is what it looks like with them. Now, what you need to realize is that when they're sending this stuff, these are just human representations of the numbers that are involved here. What they're actually sending are just zeros and ones, and or you can think of them as hex numbers to make it easier. And I'll show you when you get when you load your Notepad++, you'll come into your plugins and go to your plugins admin, and then you're going to need to come down and look at your you need to select the hex. There will be one that says hex. It's gone now because I installed it, but it'll be right here. It says hex viewer. So get that installed in, and then you come up on your plugins. You'll see here is the hex editor, and what you want to do is come over here, and I'll go view in hex. And this is where it took those crazy symbols and just showed the hex number for it. And the one that everyone recognizes is 80, which comes out as a euro symbol in ASCII. But the radios here, the zeros and ones, the file that it's getting from the IP-224 going to the M150 here, they're not wanting to talk in words and letters. These are all have their own internal functions, so you understand what it is. Now, if I came over here and I wanted to copy this file, and that's what you're going to have to do. There's no other easy way to do it other than for you to reduplicate my reverse engineering. But this is one here where what we want is we want 23 digits long, and this is just the easiest way to edit this. And once again, I want to come in here and I'm going to view in hex. And what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to duplicate this file that I have here and over to this other one. So I'll show you how to do it. So I'll go 02, 01, 01, 06. So if I come over here to this one, I can go 02, 01. You get the idea here. I can now just go back and forth and literally turn my series of numbers back into the original or into the file that I want. And this is what you're going to need to do. You will need to take a screenshot of this and change it to that file that you create, and change it to look like this. Now, if you want to come over here and make for channel 2, then you'd simply come over here and change this 31 to 32, and now it's channel 2. And same thing, you're increasing this address at number 9 to each additional one you increment, and then you save that as a separate file. So I would now go ahead and save as, if I was doing it this one, I would come over here and I would go save as, and now I'm going to call it channel 2 text instead of channel 1. So, but I'm not going to do any changes here. So, but this anyway, this is your master little file. Like I said, there's 23 little 16-bit bytes of information that you got to just manually type in here, and then change it for each one on the slot 9. But this is the only way that you can get around. There's no like alt window code to enter these kind of symbols or anything like this. It's a very kind of bizarre contained little world. But anyway, this is how you get the text files. And this is what, if I go in and use my program like HyperTerminal, or in this case I'm going to be using PowerShell to send these 23 bits of information out my serial port, going out through the Telex serial port input, and then out the distant Telex serial port output into the BK radio, into its RS-232 input. And when it sees that the sequence of zeros and ones essentially come in, it says, oh, he wants me to change to channel 2, or whatever this one is. This one's going to be 1. And whenever you send this, it'll reply back with the same sequence, but showing the channel that it was on before it changed to what you wanted. So it kind of says, okay, I hear you, and by the way, this is what I was on when you asked me to change. So that's the handshake. Although I can tell you that the BK radio does not care if there's no intelligent communication. It doesn't try and sit there and talk to the anything or handshake. It'll just simply sit there, and as soon as you turn it on, if you feed it this string of numbers, it will change the channel. It will ask no questions, and it doesn't need any kind of handshaking or anything like that. So anyway, that's the setup for here. Now I'm going to take a break and get the things reloaded here, and I'll go into how to get this text file now into an automatic bat file that will bring up PowerShell and send it over the serial COM port. So stand by for that. Okay, now that we got the text file of the data stream that we need to send, we're going to use a PowerShell script to send it with just one kind of like a keystroke, if you will, button push. But the process of getting this all done is not by me. I did not do this. This is AI. So I don't like using AI, but in this particular case, it made it so ridiculously easy. I had to take advantage of it, and I basically just asked Google to construct a script that sent a particular text file across the serial port at a certain speed, and well, it was 9600 NA2 is what I wanted to do, and in this case I'm doing COM7 because it's a I have a FTDI USB fake serial port plugged into it. But anyway, it did all this. This would have took me a lifetime to try and come up with. I hate programming. I found one little, it did not work the first time. I just found one little thing that it didn't like, and I just erased it. It was just kind of a little response back to let you know it was okay. But I didn't care about that. So other than that, it worked. So the thing that you got to recognize is that with each channel change that you want to do, you'll have to come in here and change the where it says the text file. So right here it says channel 1. Well, when if you edit it here and make this channel 2, then save as channel 2.ps1, and that's how you create the these PowerShell 1 files, these PS1 files. And then that's the only change that I have to do and also correct this path right here. But if you just do a screenshot of this exactly, this is what you'll need. But once these are created, then it's just a matter of running them through PowerShell. Now let me go into the CSoft Designer here and show you what you do for that. So in this particular case, the application that the file path for my command one is PowerShell, and it's under the Windows System 32 logo here, or folder. And then these are the parameters I put into it. So it's execution policy bypass. What that does is it says, normally the computer would freak out if you tried to do this, but you're just saying, hey, and would prevent you, because it's just a security thing. But in this case, you're saying, hey, this particular file right here that I'm doing, it's okay, go ahead and let it through. And then down here at the end is where I got the /C and the file name. This is where I actually launched the application, the file itself. So first, like I said, I got this little execution policy bypass parameter set up in front of it first, so that it slides through. And also do the auto start application. That's just a thing where it when you very first start the program, it'll come up, and it just helps it just a little bit more quicker. But other than that, that's the setup of it. And this is how CSoft, when you hit this button, is going in and launching that PS1 file. So that's how you set up the CSoft. And then let's see here. What's after this is going to be the all the Telex SoIP information. So let me pause and get set up for that, and I'll come back and show you that. Alright, we're back at the IP-223 screen, and you see I have line 1 enabled for serial over IP, and I have it set for TCP because I'll be going directly to the IP address of the distant end instead of doing a multicast thing. So down here at the TCP settings, you see I have the IP address for the other IP-223 entered, and I have the inbound and outbound ports. And you'll see on the other one, if I click over here, that the everything is mirrored. So the inbound and outbound ports are reversed, and now I got the other IP address for the initial thing. And then once you get that set up there, then when you go into your per line setup and you go down and look, you're going to want in your serial port mode, serial over IP, that'll automatically pop up, and then you want to make sure you're set to 9600 N82, because that is the default in the M150. Matter of fact, the M150 can only do this one and 1200 N82, but it can't do anything else. There's no other adjustments. So make sure these are set up on both IP-223s, so that they're the same. So we come down here and look and see 9600 N82, or it won't work. But anyway, yeah, the serial over IP worked the first time for me, so I was very happy with it. But that's about it as far as the Telex programming is concerned. You do need to make sure that on your jumpers, you are on the board you're set for RS-232 and not TTL. So each line has one each jumper for that. But other than that, pretty straightforward.
Okay, we're going to finish it off with the wiring diagram. Um, Wanted to reaffirm all the jumper settings here and the wiring over here for the serial port. Refer to the IP-223 manual if you need to do use the line 2 because it has a non-traditional pin assignments for the second port. They sneak them in between the pins here. So make sure you don't hook up anything that's got any of the 7 extra wires for all the signaling. You want to just use the 3 wire only basic null modem communication cables, the most simplest ones, with just a 2, 3, and 5. That way you're not tickling anything else. And also on the M150, once again, no tone remote interface, 9600 enable IP-224, and then do an active receive on the output to go low. The transmit gain is really low because it's a sensitive mic input, or you could put like a 33k ohm resistor in there if you wanted to be a little bit more electrically correct. And program to local mode with no LAM. All right, that's the whole project there. I hope this gets you going, and it's a lot, like I said, $70 IP-223 is 1,000 times better than a $2,000 IP-224. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.